friends, welcome back to my channel Astro Healer, and this is Ricky Chadha. Friends, you must have heard lot many parents and couples who are in relationship, and when it is about they are about to get married, there is one thing that comes as a hindrance, as an obstacle, and that is the parents try to do the matchmaking of the couple, and ultimately what they learn is that they have got Mangal Dosh. And due to this, many couples, many of the parents, they object, and the marriage cannot be performed. Now, today I am here to explain to you that just by looking at Mars in the 12th house, 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, or in the 8th house, it actually doesn't mean that you have a Mangal Dosh. We have to understand there are few cancellation, few exception where Mangal Dosh is cancelled. The first one, I've always told people that people having Mangal Dosh should not get married before the age of 28, because after 28 the dosha subsides. It is almost like it is nullified. Now here today I have to explain to you what are the cancellation, how Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. I will also talk about all the ascendants. You have to look into your horoscope. Each ascendant having Mangal or Mangal Dosh, how it gets cancelled. So let's begin. The first rule, the first exception says, if Mars, that is Mangal, is exalted, that means it is in the sign of Capricorn, Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. If Mars is in the sign of debilitation, it is debilitated in the sign of Cancer, Mangal Dosh is cancelled. If Mars is very close to Sun and it is combust, that is what we call in Hindi as Asta, then Mangal Dosh is cancelled. If Mars is seated, if it is along with Jupiter or if it is with Venus, the Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. If Mars is seated in any of the sign which belongs to Jupiter or Venus, the Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. So friends, you don't have to get afraid when you look at your horoscope and if you find that you have a Mangal Dosh. Now, I will explain to you, look at your ascendant, and each ascendant I will talk about how to look at it and find out whether Mangal Dosh is present or it is not present in your horoscope. So ascendant wise, the first sign is Aries. For Aries, there is no Mangal Dosh. If your ascendant is Aries, you don't have a Mangal Dosh. For the sign of Taurus, if you are a Taurus ascendant, Mars in the second house or the fourth house, only then Mangal Dosh can be seen. Or otherwise, if it is in the 7th house, 8th house, 12th house or 1st house, it gets cancelled. For the sign of Gemini, if you are a Gemini ascendant, Mars, if it is in the 1st house or if it is in the 4th house, yes, you have Mangal Dosh. But if it is in the 2nd house, 7th house, 8th house, 12th house, no, it is cancelled and you don't have Mangal Dosh. Now for the sign of Cancer, if you are a Cancer ascendant, Mangal Dosh is only when you have Mangal in the 2nd house or 12th house. Otherwise, if your Mangal is in the 4th house, 7th house, 8th house or 1st house, there is no Mangal Dosh. For the sign of Leo, Leo ascendant should understand that if Mars is in the 1st house or 2nd house, yes, there is Mangal Dosh. But if Mars is in the 4th house, 7th house, 8th house, or 12th house, there is cancellation and there is no Mangal Dosh. For the sign of Virgo, Virgo ascendant should understand that Mars, if it is placed in your first house, only then Mangal Dosh is present. Otherwise, in the second house, 4th house, 7th house, 8th house, or 12th house, Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. For the ascendant Libra, for the Libra ascendant, there is no Mangal Dosh. For the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio ascendant, if your Mars is placed in the 4th house or 8th house, yes, you have Mangal Dosh. But if it is in the first house, second house, 7th house, and 12th house, there is cancellation and there is no Mangal Dosh. For the sign Sagittarius, Sagittarius ascendant, if Mars is placed in your second house or 7th house, yes, you have Mangal Dosh. But if it is in the first house, 4th house, 8th house, or 12th house, it gets cancelled. For the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn ascendant should understand that if you have Mars placed in your second house or 8th house, yes, you have Mangal Dosh. But if your Mangal is in the first house, 4th house, 7th house, or 12th house, your Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. For the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius ascendant people having Mars placed in the first house, 7th house, or 8th house, yes, then you have Mangal Dosh. But if your Mars is placed in the second house, 4th house, or 12th house, do not worry, the Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. Now for the sign of Pisces, Pisces ascendant should understand that if Mars is placed in your 4th house, 7th house, or 12th house, yes, you have Mangal Dosh. But if Mars is placed in your horoscope in the first house, second house, or 8th house, Mangal Dosh gets cancelled. So need not worry. So friends, this was all about Mangal Dosh, and you must have been wondering why I am using second house also. See, few of the astrologers believe that Mars in the second house also causes Mangal Dosh. So I mentioned the second house over here. There are other astrologers who do not consider Mangal Dosh in the second house. That can be ignored. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you so much.